Now with the Kemba Walker benching, a lot of things are coming into the light, especially after that Milwaukee Bucks game. But first I'm gonna start off by saying this. Kemba Walker was just an all-star just 2 years ago, which is hard to believe in itself. But as I stated in my previous video, that Kemba Walker signing was just a gamble because it was a major warning sign when you seen OKC give Kemba Walker a buyout, especially with years remaining on his deal. That NBA franchise is very stingy when it comes to money, but I'll link that full video in the description below, in which Kemba Walker talked about his injury while being on the Celtics and transitioning on to being into OKC and going through the buyout process and joining the Knicks. But just going back to the current situation, lineups with Kemba Walker this season defensively have only ranked better than 2 teams in the NBA, and that is OKC and the Houston Rockets. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. And the biggest conundrum Thibs is facing with this whole benching is that he actually has no room to put Kemba Walker in this overall rotation because he doesn't want to play 3 small guards off the bench, and he's trying to keep that quickly Rose combo going because right now that's one of the main contributing pieces that's holding this season together. So now this is where the outside optics start coming into play and begin to reveal of how bad this Kemba Walker situation really is. And we've seen it play out during the Bucks game, in which a lot of our players were going through COVID protocols, and we've seen Thibs narrow down the lineup to an 8-man rotation, which included Kevin Knox and Grimes getting heavy minutes, and still Kemba Walker getting a DNP. Now, one positive I took away from this is that Thibs has full autonomy over this lineup. Because keep in mind, Kemba Walker is a Leon Rose signing. So them allowing Thibs to completely shun him out the lineup, even though half his players are going through protocols, it says a lot. And even though it's still early in the season, so far, 2 out of the 2 signings of Leon Rose did not work out for Thibs. Because Thibs does not play Evan Fournier in the 4th quarter of a lot of these games because these teams are running pick and roll and they're picking at Evan. As we've seen players like Ricky Rubio go off, Miles Turner, OG Anunoby, all types of players that don't even normally even shoot the ball. I mean, damn, these guys are taking every single shot. They're looking like Kobe Bryant after Shaq left. Just every shot is for them. But Kemba's DNP versus the Bucks, after all those guys are going through protocols, is not a good sign, especially with this December 15 trade window opening up for recently signed free agents. It doesn't look like Kemba's gonna have a lot of value going forward to even just make a move and at least get something back for him. I hate to see a Bronx native go through this in his own city, but I gotta give it up to Kemba. He's held his head high, he still practices hard, and during the games, you could clearly see Kemba Walker is the first guy off the bench cheering guys on, and the shit looks genuine. Especially in that game where Obi Toppin scored his career high. Kemba Walker was one of the first guys off the bench, man, cheering for Obi. But we all got nothing but love and respect for Kemba Walker, and we hope that Leon Rose can package him somewhere to a veteran team, possibly going for a championship, where they could better utilize him. And in my opinion, I personally blame the Boston Celtics for the way they managed players' injuries. We've seen it play out with Isaiah Thomas, the way they treated him, the way they allowed him to risk his career, and also Kemba Walker. When the Celtics were in the bubble, it looked like they forced him to come back early, and he was never the same since. So there's a history there with the Boston Celtics, and you wonder why a lot of top-level NBA free agents don't want to go there. But these things will never be mentioned because more than half the NBA media is Boston-based or Boston-affiliated. So it is what it is.